guys. Okay, so I was at the store, felt inspired. Once again, I find more and more lately that all of my recipes tend to somehow tie back to my childhood, and this is no exception. So I'm going to show you guys how to make dun 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 Stromboli. So easy. Intimidating? Not at all. Wait till you see how absolutely easy it is to make Stromboli at home. I promise you'll love it. The best part about this is that you can use literally any ingredients that you have on hand. Okay, maybe not literally, but you understand the context in which I'm saying it. Growing up, my mother used to pull whatever she had in the fridge together, and that's how we had Stromboli. That's what she used. I'm going to use the ingredients that I just bought at the store because that's, what I saw that inspired me. But in hindsight, I just remembered I have broccoli and spinach in my fridge, and they make amazing ingredients for the Stromboli as well with a little ricotta. One other thing to note for this is that I am using a store-bought pizza dough. I got this at Trader Joe's. It was just over $1. I use this all the time. And one thing I found with this dough is that I never need to let it rise. I just use it as is. It comes in a couple different flavors too. This is just the plain. They have a whole wheat and a garlic herb. I've never had the garlic herb. It's not really my thing, but this one's wonderful. And pro tip, you can make donuts out of it. It's very good. For the donuts, all you want to do is cut this into little pieces, fry it in like vegetable oil until you'll know when it's done, and shake it in cinnamon sugar. Best donuts you've ever had. Maybe not Beeler's, but best donuts. Anyway, are you tired of me explaining? I'm super long-winded, and that's just, part of who I am. So I have the dough, and now I'm going to show you the other ingredients I have, which I'm a little ill-prepared because I haven't fully unpacked my groceries yet. I'm all unpacked now. I have 4 cheese, alla quattro formaggio. Cheese. It is a shredded blend of Parm, Asiago, Fontina, and mild provolone. And this is actually what got me really excited when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's genius. You don't have to buy everything separate and spend all that money. An Italian trifecta. Trifecta, if you will. All right, so it's got calabrese salami, prosciutto, capicola, gabagool, if you will. It was, I think, $5, maybe even, it was $5. Oh my gosh. And then the last thing, if you don't happen to have gravy or sauce, whatever you call it, on hand, their pizza sauce is really, really good. I use it for the pizzas. I use the same dough, and I put this on there and the cheese and bake it at 425 and make pizzas as well. It's delicious. Okay, so since I obviously only have one hand available to you, because the other one's filming, I'm going to take this pizza out, sprinkle some flour on, and then I'm going to roll it out kind of in like a larger rectangular shape. In the meantime, I also am probably going to eat a piece of this. I know you're not supposed to talk with your mouth full, but that's actually really good. It's a little thicker than I would normally like it, but for this purpose, it's perfect. It's delicious. All right, so I have my flour. You don't need a ton. It's just going to be a dusting. Make sure your hands are clean, please. That should be perfect. I'm going to try to not get flour all over my phone. Oh, by the way, I preheated my oven to 425, or I should say it is preheating. So you're just going to get some flour on here. Fun fact, I do not have a rolling pin. What I always end up using, the pizza sauce jar. It completely works. There is no shame in this. All right, now I need to use 2 hands, but I'm just showing you briefly. All right, so you can see my feet. You can see how big I got this actually. So there's my counter. It's a pretty good size. It was easy. So what I want to do is, I don't want a ridiculous layer of cheese, because I just need this to bind the meat to the dough itself. And I'm also going to do another layer, but just a thin layer of cheese first. And then, so you can see how much I have. It's super thin. From that, I'm going to start layering. I guess I'll alternate my other meats. I'm pretty OCD with things being even and like every other, and this makes me really, really happy. Last I have the prosciutto, which, all right, that one spot makes me upset, but I'm gonna really just lay the prosciutto down the middle so that every piece when I cut it has some. And finally, a little bit of a healthier sprinkle of the cheese. You don't want everything to pour out, but you want enough cheese in there that it's, you know, gooey. So that's it. That's the final, you know, pizza, pre-boli, whatever. What I need to do now is roll it, and I can't do that because I definitely need 2 hands to do that, but I'm going to start at the edge, and I'm just going to roll it forward. I just wanted to show you guys the first little roll, and then I'll just keep doing that. You want it to be tight. Almost there. One more. I just had a genius idea too. If I rolled this up and then cut them in little pieces, I could put them sideways in a baking dish, and it would almost be like an Italian cinnamon bun. Can you stand it? The way that I'm gonna bake this is the seam side down. And also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see these ends. I'm gonna fold these over into themselves so that nothing oozes out. I have a pan here. I'm just gonna sprinkle, sprinkle just a little bit of olive oil on, and then I'm gonna just even it out. So now I have it here on the pan, and I don't think that my mom used to do this. I'm not really sure, but I just drizzle a little olive oil over top, and then I sprinkle on some salt and pepper. I have locatelli cheese too. I put a little bit on. It's only right. Then I'm going to do a couple very small vent holes so that it doesn't spill out. I am putting this gorgeous, gargantuan, much bigger than I thought it was going to be, Stromboli into the oven. And I'm just going to keep an eye on it and let it cook. And that's it. It should maybe take 20 minutes or so, give or take. So that was it. I just wanted to tell you too, the reason I have the pizza sauce but didn't put it in there, I don't really like the sauce in the pizza, so I'll sometimes just pour it in a jar and dip the Stromboli in there just like that. So I was sitting there watching TV and I could hear it sizzling, and I almost had a disaster on my hands because I almost burned it. She's done. I looked back at the history of all of my Instagram snaps, and it was 26 minutes from the time that I put it in the oven. I will tell you that this is always the point that I get nervous that I'm going to cut into it and it's going to be raw in the middle. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but if I cut this right now, everything would ooze out. I'm going to let it just sit on the pan like as is for maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to cut into it. It's kind of similar to, like, you know, if you have a steak, you take it off the grill, chicken, you let the juices redistribute, pork. You get the analogy. Everything needs to kind of set up a little bit. While I'm waiting for that to set up, it's pretty good. All right, so I have this guy. Oh my gosh. It is so heavy. This definitely calls for a serrated knife. I'm gonna cut into it. I just cut 2 pieces so you could see. And how happy am I that it's all the way cooked through. See, I just had to have a little bit more faith, but it's perfect. So there you have it, guys. I have my Stromboli. I dip in a little gravy. Perfetto.